Hi guys, Togre here with a new video and there's a lot of stuff to discuss about retail and I guess my channel and I guess in general what am I going to do right now? I don't have a subscription anymore for both my accounts. Now, as you can see, this is my second account. So I had bought The War Within back when I was actually like hardcore going inside of The War Within. I guess that's why I'm like very burned out because I did want to do a lot of stuff at the same time, and I think that's the main reason why actually like I got burnt out on The War Within and on retail. I guess it's also like the direction of the game, the design, the things that were like, ah man, missed opportunities kind of feeling, right? I'm talking about solo shuffle, I'm talking about solo QRPGs or like Blitz. Don't know how you guys are going to call about it, talk about it. I wanted to do threes, but I didn't like my friends left. I did want to do twos, but the meta was kind of like a lot of stuff were like going against me. And then I wanted to do Mythic Plus, but then I found that it kind of had the same problems as PvP years ago, where LFG is really like a game that you have to play, and you kind of have to have a Mythic IO and Raider IO and try to get like a rating, and people are going to invite you. Whether if you are like a meta class, you're going to have an easier time. If you're not a meta class, then good luck. They're playing like with specific comps, so a lot of stuff like I feel like it's symptomatic because it is like crossing PvP and PvE. Where in PvE they actually ask for a Mythic Plus solo queue, which I want it to happen, but I don't think it's going to happen. But I would like to see that happen. But I think the keystone and how it works needs to be reworked so you have a solo queue that is meaningful, I guess. And it would be rating based and not like level keystone level based, I guess. And then I wanted to raid, but then like I got discouraged. Like I was really close to raiding, like normals and heroics, was very close to it, and then I said like never mind, I don't want to play. Like I was really like I was already in the Discord, I was like in the guild. I couldn't put myself into playing the game. So I had a very it was a burnout. Like let's call it like this. It's a burnout on gaming, which kind of sucks because it's a hobby, and whenever you are doing a hobby and you don't like it and you feel like it's a waste of time, whatnot, it feels really rubbish. Now, I did do a big break on retail. Then I like just recently I played twos with a friend, with a close friend, and I had a bit of like fun. It was fun. Then we do a bit of threes with like a guy that we didn't know. It was also fun. I didn't touch solo shuffle, didn't touch solo QRPG, so I didn't like get the frustrations as I would have previously. So I guess that helps. But then my subscription ran out, and I said like, okay, I'm going to cancel the ongoing subscription so I can actually tell myself like I'm playing with a purpose. Like I'm playing with a plan. I'm playing with like it's thoughtful. Like I want to subscribe to be playing. I don't want to have a subscription where it feels like it's ongoing and I'm keep on playing it because it's already subscribed, so why not? I want it to be a thoughtful direction. Now this is a bit of an intro, but now I have been thinking like what can I do to rekindle my fun first and foremost, to have fun while doing content as well, and like literally feeling freshed out. And after playing Classic, which is again an anniversary fresh, after playing Mists of Pandaria Beta, which in my opinion is again a fresh experience because it's a fresh new expansion, well, new old expansion, I feel like I could bring myself into the fresh mood if I was playing The War Within on the second account. The second account is naked. There is nothing redeeming about it. What I mean is my mage has no gold, and I played it on like like in Dragonflight for a bit, for like a little series which I didn't finish at all, so that's on me. I leveled a rogue here. I don't know. I don't even know why I leveled the rogue here, but I leveled the rogue here, and I have an evoker, which was my first evoker, but I decided to level it on the main accounts instead. So I have only 3 characters, and you see like restore, delete, there's nothing. Since I bought the War Within, I didn't use the boost as well, so I have a boost. Now, my reasoning is, do I want to do a fresh experience from level 70 and onwards? Since I am not a noob, I cannot really replicate the freshness of leveling from 1 to 80, because to be fair, it's always the same. And I have played every single class. There is like literally no class that I haven't played in the War Within. So that's a bit like sad, because I wish I could actually remove a lot of the information and the knowledge I have on classes, so I could feel the fresh feeling of playing said class. It's very difficult for me, but if I have to think, I have to understand. And do I want to play Horde? Do I want to play Alliance? I think Alliance has more people currently than Horde, because of Night Elf being busted still. And having dwarves being like that useful compared to like the other races. I could play orc as well. Why not? So I am thinking, like, do I want to level from like 1 to 80, or do I want to level from 70 to 80? And which class am I going to play? Now, that's again like how to choose your class kind of video. It is not really. It is me like brainstorming on how to make World of Warcraft fun again. For me, it's very difficult to find a good title for that video, so I wonder what the title will be. You can of course bury me alive about the title I'm going to give for that video. So I'm thinking, like, what class, what race do I want to play, and how do I want to play? I could play warrior, so let's talk class per class really quickly. I will not make it a 40-minute video. I have to go anyways in a few minutes, so I'll try to do it fast. But let's think, what class did I have played the least in the War Within? The least. And I could also go like SPEC even. I could maybe find like the amount of rounds I have played in Soul Shuffle, but that's not really accurate, because I think some classes I've played more in Soul Shuffle because they had a healing spec, and healer, like, you know, the Q times are like 0, so you get to play. While at DPS you didn't get to play. Like, for example, my Warlock has like no games played in Soul Shuffle, but I know that I've spent a lot of time on my Warlock, right? So we have Warrior. I played mostly the War Within on my Warrior as Arms Warrior. I didn't play too much Fury. The truth is, I don't really like Fury currently. But I guess it's better than Dragonflight, so I guess that's a good thing. I still think Shadowlands was more fun when you had Crushing Blow on charge. You charged whenever you had Crushing Blow, so that was fun. It was a bit busted, like Season 3 was still like one of the most busted seasons for Fury, because of the set, but also like everything combined made Fury really good. But like, I played a lot of Warriors, so it kind of defeats the purpose of Fresh, so I will like try to step away from it for now. Depending on what I want to do, maybe I just want to play something familiar, so I have like the freshness of a new character, having no gold, having no professions, having nothing, no honor. I could do that, but we'll see. We have Hunter, which is a character I have played also a lot of in War Within, like class-wise. I played a lot of Beast Mastery. I did most of my videos as BM Hunter. I like Hunter. So Hunter is a very, very nice niche. And if I have to think, maybe I could combine class with the War Within, Mists of Pandaria, and Classic, which is TBC, soon to be. I could like have a combined class for like all three, so I could like talk differences. I could go in depth about those classes in those versions, and also like maybe make guides about it, which is something I want to do again on this channel. Like, I miss really the feeling of making guides, tier lists, discussing with people, helping people like understand the class, or like advance with their class, or like discuss about like more profound subjects about the classes I discuss, and not like really broad problems about World of Warcraft, because who cares at the end of the day. So Hunter could be an option, because it's like a class I play in Cataclysm, which I will be playing Mists of Pandaria as well. I can level a class in classic as well again on hunter because it is quite good, and in TBC as well. And in the War Within, I kind of like the gameplay around hunter. Like it's not like something I despise. Even BM hunter, I feel like you have way more buttons that you had right now compared to Dragonflight or Shadowlands. So it's in a better way. Survival Hunter feels also quite nice. MM feels also quite nice. I think the hero tons are like a bit like but it's like it got better since the beginning of season 1, the War Within. Mage is a class that I have played the least, I think. I think one of the least, like the least caster at least. Like the caster I have played the least in this season. I think Devastation Evoker as well is a good second least character. Mage, like Fire Mage is cool. I really like Fire Mage. Unfortunately, it is not that good currently in PvP. I guess it's probably because Frost Mage is that good and versatile, and Arcane is a bit more sturdy, a bit more surviving, a bit more frustrating to play against than Fire. But the Fire was and is my favorite spec. Like, even if you're thinking about like Mr. Pandaria or Cataclysm, even in TBC, I like Fire Mage, although it's not like really meta in PvP. It is like okay, and then becomes in Wrath like one of the best class like specs in the game. Like fantasy wise, I really like Fire Mage, and then Frost Mage is also very interesting. You have also obviously Arcane, which is also interesting. The thing is, I'm not gonna level another mage again from 1 to 80, and I'm not gonna boost another mage at level 70 while I have this little gnome, which is Tobush. So I could still decide I'm going to level 2 characters instead of 1. Why not? We could do that, just 1 mage and then another character. I can do that, but the idea is for this series to be like 1 character. So I can like have fun and go profound in it, in Mythic Plus, in Delves, in Raids, in PvP mostly, because I'm a PvPer, so I'm not gonna lie, it's going to be 90% PvP. But I could also make like videos about PvE, because I would go in depth about that character. That's actually the plan right now. I plan to have fun again on the War Within, like on retail. I just want to have fun again. And I think that's the way, to just play 1 character and not play multiple alts. Having just 1 main, stick with it. Maybe a main every season, why not? I could do that maybe. But I think I should like stick to my guns on 1 character, and that's it. And that should be for the sake for every single version, classic and Cataclysm, Mr. Pandaria soon. So I think that's like a problem I have currently, which I can help myself by being more consistent, I believe. Rogue is one of the characters I did play a lot more in the War Within. But I feel like Rogue, if I play Rogue in Cataclysm or in Mr. Pandaria currently, or even in Classic, it feels like more Rogue to me and more fun, because it feels like I am not CD reliant. Like, I'm talking about subtlety, right? In the Assassination Rogue, I guess it always has been like a bit more zigzag, but a subtlety is like, I feel like backstab does no damage. It actually does no damage. I miss hemo spec, like Hemorak, in the War Within. Like, I miss it to have a button that I can press that builds combo points rather quickly. That is not an AoE, which is like the like Fan of Knives. Like, what does Salty Rogues do to build like combo points very quickly in AoE? They do Fan of Knives. I wish they had like Hemo instead of Backstab as a very low energy spender to get combo points up. If Backstab does no damage, like, I feel like you can say that it's Hemo instead of Backstab, but I feel like Backstab should be like more energy for more damage. That's how I feel like it should be. It should be that you should be able to do damage even though you don't have Shadow Dance. That's what I would like to see, but I don't think they're going to do that ever again. But that's why, like, I have difficulties to say like I want to maybe main Rogue completely. I also feel like it is good because you can actually do double DPS in 2s. You can do 3s as well. It could be fun as well. I think Mythic Plus, maybe, I don't know. Raids, I don't know. Solo Shuffle, it's frustrating because you have like DRs and people are like ruining with a little stun your kidney shot, which kind of ruins. And then obviously solo QRBG is quite fun as a rogue, I guess, if I was going for that. So I'm thinking it's I did play a bit of the like it's not I didn't play too much. I was planning to play a lot, but I never really played too much. My characters are geared for rogue, but it's not like I'm like pushing any rating, or it's not like I'm going like any place with my rogue. So I don't know. I'm thinking about it. Priest, I did play a lot, but it's mostly healer. It's a bit silly as a Tauren. Shadow Priest. I feel like I miss Mind Blast doing a lot of damage. That's something I miss in the World Within, like in retail in general, because it's all like Mind Blast hasn't done any damage since Legion, I think. Like I don't remember when Mind Blast actually did damage. I know in Miss Pandaria it does a bit of damage, like it does damage still, because I tested it on the beta. In Cataclysm it does like heavy damage, does a lot of damage actually. In Classic, like Mind Blast was literally the only like spell you can use besides Mind Flay, so and like Shadow Word Pain obviously. So that did damage for what it is. But like it feels like in retail it's really just a builder, but not really like it's not that good. So that's unfortunate, right? That's unfortunate. And Disc Priest is strong. I could like have fun with it, but I feel like everyone is Disc Priest, so it like diminishes my want to play Disc Priest, I guess. But also, again, I don't wanna do a series about healing because I know that I'm not gonna last long. That's the truth. I am not a healer, although Disc Priest could be seen as a second DPS. I am not a healer, so the idea would be to play Shadow Priest and then sometimes then sometimes Disc Priest. But yeah, I want to plan on playing only one spec if it's DPS, and then healer. It's like an option if I don't find any queues or I don't find any friends to play with. Then I will go healer to be able to play or to grind. So that's an option. What I like about Priest is that I can actually like play Priest on Classic and TBC, so it has a link. And Miss Pandaria, I do like Shadow Priest, although I feel like Miss Pandaria it is less strong than Cataclysm. At least that's how I see. I could be wrong. After testing it, I didn't really like the power level of like Shadow Priest. It felt like a bit dull. But that is because it's Shadow Orbs. Like you're going back to Shadow Orbs where it feels like they rework Shadow Priest every single expansion, every single season as well. So I don't know if I want to play that version of Shadow Priest, but that's my opinion again. Warlock, it has been my main like since forever. It's still till this day the highest solo shuffle spec that I had, which is Destruction Warlock. I had 2.7k, and that was back in Dragonflight. I didn't like push too much solo shuffle like in like this expansion. Like I think the queue times really killed me, unfortunately. But my love for Warlock is always that it's really big. Like I really love Warlock. I just simply don't know if it's like the right choice to play something I really know like from heart. Like I know I can play 2s. Even double TPS I can play. It's not efficient, but I can do that. I can play 3s with like a caster comp, which is very fun, or you can play with a melee, for example warrior, and could also be fun. I could play solo shuffle, which is frustrating because you're a caster. I could play solo QRBGs, which is fun because you're a caster. I think casters in BGs are very fun compared to melee, in my opinion. There is outplay potential. There are 3 specs, so I could always swap whenever I want. Mostly, it's haste, so you're not going to be like very like you're not going to have a hard time finding gear. And I have some experience, a bit, just not a lot, a bit experience in PvE, because I know how it works, and I watch a lot of videos about warlocks in PvE. So it's not like something I have to learn from scrap. Like, but do I want to have that? I actually don't know. So I have to think about it. Then you have Paladin. It was my main in Worlds of Draenor, where whenever I was like a bit like younger, where I was playing a bit more League of Legends than World of Warcraft. The issue is it only has one DPS spec. I wish they made a second DPS spec for Paladin, like a ranged DPS or something like that. You could say that Retribution Paladin is currently a ranged DPS, and I would say, yes, you're right, because I got destroyed by a Paladin from 20 yards. So go figure, it is literally a melee cast, like it's a caster basically right now. That's how I feel. And the fantasy behind Paladin is fun. I could go back to my roots, which is also fun. I could also level my Paladin for Miss Pandaria, which is like, he's level 82, so that should be also fun. Holy Paladin is fun, I like it. There is like a denounce build that you can play where you're literally nuking people in twos. I think Marcus made a video about it, so that's fun. It is my highest rated healer, I think, with my Resto Druid. So my Holy Paladin and my Resto Druid are my highest healers, and I'm okay playing Holy Paladin, but not as a main. Not as a main, so that's for sure not going to happen. I want to main a DPS. I want to have fun. Retribution Paladin, I think it was also quite decent in PvE, if I'm not mistaken, so I guess that there is also that. And I think it's bound to get some reworks here and there, so I guess the fun factor is still there. Bonus points, I think I like the lore a lot. Like, I really like Paladin and the transmogs, and that's something I can go behind. But I would say in the World Within, I didn't play too much Retribution Paladin. I played mostly Holy Paladin, so I guess the novelty factor is still there. And I could, if I wanted to go Paladin, I think that the ideal point would be that I level a mage and I level a Horde Paladin. So maybe like a Tauren Paladin or something like that. It could be quite fun as well. Why not? But Tauren, I feel like retail Tauren is a bit goofy compared to. I wish Undead Paladin was a thing, but it's not a thing, so it is what it is. Now Druid, my main on Classic. I would say also my main on Cataclysm. It's going to happen. I'm going to level on Miss Pandaria as a Druid because I think it's very fun. I need to stop thinking about Resto Druid whenever I'm talking about Druid, because that's what I played in the War Within as a healer. So I played Season 1 Resto Druid, and a bit of Resto Druid. And in Dragonflight I also played Resto Druid a lot, like a lot. Like I got duelists on my Druid as well. Didn't go higher because I didn't really want to. I don't know if I could, but like I didn't really want to. But I need to think about Feral Druid or Balance Druid. Now the issue with Balance Druid is I think the gameplay is not that fun compared to if you're thinking about like other expansions. I think like I miss when Moonfire you could actually spam it. I know it's like a bit of a noob thing, like spam Moonfire, but back in the day, spam Moonfire was a legit action you could do to get like your Eclipse going, right? Or you spam Sunfire whenever it became like the nature, the sun eclipse. So that was fun. Now I don't know. I could be. I think it's it's a bit tough because I don't know if I really want to spend my time on Balance Druid. And Feral Druid, I personally don't really like the gameplay. So that's already a no for me. Like Feral Druid, I don't like the gameplay of Current. I prefer that gameplay in Wrath or in Cataclysm, because you could actually do instant cyclones. It was busted, don't get me wrong, but it had like its faults, and it felt like you're playing a very true hybrid. And Feral Druid currently doesn't feel like a hybrid to me. It feels like a CC bot and bleeds and big bites, but like it had, I don't know, I miss when shred did damage, like a lot of damage, and I miss when you could actually do some meaningful off heals. I miss live bloom on Feral Druid, to be fair. That I really liked in TBC, and even in Wrath, where you could put like some live bloom, some U, put a rejuve, a regrowth, and you're going to be good to do the fight, right? That's your defensive, being able to run away, heal yourself up, go back. And I kind of miss like live bloom being a thing in retail for DPSers. But I guess in current standards it would be a bit too busted. But anyways, Shaman, I mained it literally into War Within. I think I made most of my videos about Shaman. I am kind of done about Enhancement Shaman because I feel like they are not hitting the spot I want it to be hit. It feels like they didn't really make Enhancement Shaman for me, so why should I try to make them change it for me? Because clearly they don't want Storm Strike to be relevant. They don't want Wind Fury damage to be relevant because it's always nerfed. They want Ascendance to be like a very big boom CD, but I liked Ascendance to be like good, but like not necessary to have it to score a kill. I don't like Totemic, the hero talent Totemic or whatever it's called. I think it's Totemic. Like I forgot the name since I didn't play too much The War Within. I'll prefer Stormbringer, but the issue is that it's not really the place I want. Like it's too much lightning bolts, too much going with like Maelstrom usage. They ruined the UI for me. I have to play with Recovers to track the Maelstrom, which really sucks. I think that it's probably the worst builder and spender in the game, in my opinion. Like it's really, really bad. Design-wise, it's really bad as well. Elemental Shaman is I preferred when Elemental Shaman was more than Lava Bursts, and yes, I know Lightning Bolt does more damage right now than ever, like since like Dragonflight or like even like Shadowlands, but I still feel like it's a Lava Burst machine. I also feel like I don't have as much fun on my Elemental Shaman here than compared to, let's say, in Mists of Pandaria, where it is also a Lava Burst machine, but only whenever you're having Ascendance and then you're having procs, like for example the Lava Surges. Lightning Bolt still does some okay damage. It kind of changed because Elemental Blast is still like very important as Elemental Shaman in Mists of Pandaria. But here Elemental Blast is like unusable in PvP because you have to cast and it's a long cast time and it costs a lot of Maelstrom. If it actually didn't cost Maelstrom, I think you would actually play Elemental Blast. But like again, the builder spender, like they have to make every single class builder spender, which really sucks. There is like a few classes where you don't have a builder and spender, and I would say like one of the good classes are like Arms Warrior, where you have some builder spender thing with overpowers, building up the bigger more strike, but you don't really have to play like that. You can play like more strike whenever it's up. You pump, right? And you if you can actually do double overpower before more strike, it's good. But like the priority is not that, right? So I think Arms Warrior is one of the better classes of that. I would say Hunters as well. You don't have a lot of builder spenders, like BM Hunter doesn't really have that. I would also say Survival Hunter doesn't have that as well. I guess Frost Mages is also fine because it's not really builder spender, but you're using your flurry to get the increased damage on like frost and like crits and whatnot with Winter's Chill, and then you're spending your Ice Lances or Frost Balls or whatever you're using, Glacial like Glacial Spike, whatever you're going to use it to get the crit. I guess you can see it like that, but it's like not necessary. But Shaman is like one of the classes where I feel like builder spender should not be a thing, and ever since it is a thing, I feel like the class design always failed somehow, some way. I do believe Mists of Pandaria is more fun whenever it comes to Elemental Shaman or Enhancement Shaman. So that's why like I'm not going to do that this time around. I also already have a level 70, I think 72 even, or 74 even. I have a 74 and an 80 on the main account, so I don't want to have like a third Shaman. Like, it's pointless. we're soon to be finished, and for the decision of the class, probably I'm going to start the series with the class I have chosen. I'm not going to choose it right now, but like I try to give you a bit of insights on what I think. Might maybe reveal the class at the end. I don't know. But I have to go very soon, so I don't know. Monk. Clearly, I'm not going to do that, so I'm not going to spend too much time. Why? Because I don't like the lore. I don't like the feeling of you whenever you're fighting. It is a bit busted right now as well, so it will be nerfed. So yeah, so I'm not going to play it because it's OP, because I know it's going to be nerfed. I did play Mistweaver a lot whenever it was really busted, with like the Rising Sun kick, of I don't know what it's called, the rushing wind kick, where literally you blasted someone and you healed a lot. Well, that's also a reason why I'm not going to play it, because again, I'm not going to main a healer again. Demon Hunter. Now that's a class I haven't played in the War Within. The only moments I played, it was like just, I would say with honor gear, and I did a bit of BGs, and I did a bit of 2s or 3s, and I failed miserably, and then I stopped. So I didn't play it. I know what's up with Demon Hunter. I played enough to understand how it works. There's still things that I need to learn, so I guess that's maybe innovative and could be fun to play around. Now, is it really a class that I want to spend my time on at every single moment? I think my main issue with Demon Hunter is that they only have one DPS spec. If they had like a second DPS spec, I don't know what it could be, maybe a ranged version of Demon Hunter, I don't know. Then I would probably play it a bit more, or play it completely. Like the reason right now why I'm not going to, like, I want to choose it, like I want to play Demon Hunter, that's the truth. I want to play it, but there's only one spec, and I'm not going to play tank. That's not gonna happen. But I want to play DPS, and there's only one DPS spec, and if I have it boring or whatever, I cannot really respec. So I don't know. I have to think. There is a world where I do play Demon Hunter, and then I would play the second character would be mage, and that would be a good combination, I think, with a ranged character and a melee character. But the idea of the series, what I said, is that I only play one character, and the second character is really just an alt. It's not a main, and I want to main one character, and Demon Hunter is a risk because I don't know. Death Knight, well, I did play a lot of the War Within Death Knight. I think there's still stuff they need to change for me to be happy. I'm not gonna cover Evoker because I'm not gonna pick Evoker. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna play it, so I'm not gonna cover Evoker. Frost Decay, interesting, but it's very binary in my opinion. That's the issue. They need to rework it. They can't pull the trigger, but they need to rework it. I think the previous versions of Frost Decays were already not that interesting. Like it's really binary on every single like expansion version for Decay, for Frost Decay at least. So I don't know. I don't know how far I can go with that spec. And the same for Unholy Decay. I think it's fine. They don't need to rework it. You have multiple playstyles, but it's very hard to commit to one playstyle because they kind of over nerf it all the time, and you have to play around DOS, you have to play around your wounds, you have to play around your pets. Like it is like in a sort of crisis where they don't really know where to put DK. Like Unholy Decay, and for Frost Decay it's a crisis of like if they make it too strong it becomes too brain dead. If it's too weak, then there is no reason to play it because it's like too simple to play. There's no nuance. There's no like it's a lot of, it just goes, right? You just double grip, blind, stun, and you're going to do your go, and then you're doing it again 1 minute later. Like it's not new. Like, there's not a lot of nuance. You can maybe fake your goes, but that's it. But yeah, those are my opinions from the classes. Like Evoker, I'm not gonna play it. Like, look at how it's like. I don't know. It's not going to be played by me. So that's a breakdown about the classes. Let me know if you have any suggestions. I'm going to sub most likely once I have decided which class I'm going to play. I am excited about that. So I'm excited to rekindle my love for World of Warcraft, like retail. I think doing it on the second account is also beneficial for me because it is also the classic account as well, and the Mists of Pandaria account as well because my Warlock is there, at least. So I have like a good account where I don't need to have my primary account to be resubbed. I'll just sub this one and I'll do everything on this one. I will try to not burn out, and that's why I just want to have one character so I can focus on one character to progress in PvE, in PvP, in open world, in leveling, in gold making, in professions, classic, kata, Mists of Pandaria, whatever version it is. I want to do that. So I want to play just one character and stick by it. It's very difficult for me because I don't really want to one trick. At the end, I did make a 40-minute video. Sorry, guys. But hopefully you liked the thinking process. I still need to find a title for this video, but whatever. Again, thank you for watching. Have a great day. Bye.